addressing issues of interest to our Hispanic community.
Buenos días y bienvenidos. Good morning and welcome to Hola Houston. I'm your host, Ruben Dominguez. On today's program, the Houston holiday meal that's completely worry-free, and you are invited. Plus, if you're thinking about what to do with the kids during their winter break, we have a great suggestion for you. More on that just a little later on the program. But first, according to a survey, a disproportionately low number of Hispanic residents in the Houston area use the internet or don't get a chance to use the internet, particularly when they're at home. This may not sound like a big deal until you consider the fact that many educational and employment opportunities are tied into being internet savvy. So to help bridge the technological gap, Mexican Institute of Greater Houston is teaming up with the Texas Learning and Computation Center for a special program. And here to tell us more about it, Rosalinda Mendez, the Associate Director of the Texas Learning and Computing Center at the University of Houston, along with Carlos Lopez, the President and Executive Director for the Mexican Institute of Greater Houston. Thank you so much for being here with us this morning.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, so a very important issue in our community, in the Hispanic community. Why is there such a gap, or why are so many Hispanics not online or as internet savvy as some other folks in the city?
Well, there's actually been lots of studies done, and actually the government did a study in 2009, and lots of reasons that many people who actually took the survey in Spanish and Hispanics in general said was that they were afraid of things that might happen online. So they've heard of these kind of malicious things that happen when you're online. Others were just because they didn't actually have access to it, or they weren't familiar with the technology. So that's one of the barriers that we're trying to break down in the community by doing this project.
And Carlos, let me ask you, what are some of the consequences of there being this large gap in internet literacy?
The consequences are very, very wide. One of them, for instance, is that the parents don't have the ability to supervise their kids, to help them with homework. And we have seen this gap closing a little bit in the sense that the parents that attend our courses can and have done in the past shorten the distance that they have between what they know in terms of technology with their kids. The kids respect them more, and there is more family unit. The consequences are great for the schools, for the individuals who, after they get this new technology knowledge, are able to apply for better paid jobs. So the society as a whole benefits from a program like this, considering especially that the Hispanic community is the fastest growing segment in our city. Right. And we really decided to help that happen.
So what are some of the things that you are doing in the community to help address this issue?
We actually do this in partnership with a number of community-oriented organizations, with school districts, and the parents come to the school so we don't have to duplicate the investment in computer labs. So we use existing investment already there. And the parents are starting to take more participation in the activities of their kids, and they have seen that they can really understand better the advancement in technology. Some of them are buying computers and, of course, expanding the usage of broadband, not only outside of the home, but also inside the home.
Rosalinda, what are some of the most important skills, do you think, or some of the basic skills that folks who maybe are not internet savvy need to learn?
Well, mostly they really need to know actually just how to access the internet in general, so that it's not a scary thing to them. So obviously learning how to browse the web, how to look for information that's important to them, whether they need to look for jobs or find more information or help their kids do their homework, as Carlos said, so they can actually pretty much just get a better idea of what's out there in general, which most people now ubiquitously think. I mean, you and I probably use things very often, our handhelds or those things. Right. Those come second nature to us. To a lot of people here, they don't, and that's probably surprising for a lot of people to hear.
I'm guessing that cost is a barrier as well, because I mean, it can be expensive if you want the highest speed available. Do you offer any kind of resources for them, or can point them in a direction for maybe cheaper internet access to get started? Or
yes, because we offer them the possibility to buy refurbished computers at a very low cost, and those computers come already loaded with the software they need. It is incredible how the Hispanic families are seeing this as an opportunity as well to get in communication with their family members that are living abroad or in other parts of the United States. Parental involvement at the schools really goes up, and the kids feel that they feel proud really about their parents showing them by example that studying is the key to advancement in life.
Right. Last question. We're running a little bit short on time. Anything the viewers can do watching this program if they want to get involved or help?
Well, one thing they can do is obviously look at the screen, and there will be some information there, and get in touch with Carlos about how they could become part of this if they know people or people in their community need some of these outreach things, or to get signed up in the classes.
Okay. Well, Carlos Lopez, Rosalinda Mendez, thank you so much for being with us. We do have that information. It's up on the screen right now. Mexican Institute of Greater Houston, as you can see there, we have the number, and we also have that web address for you, so be sure and check that out. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
All right, when we come back.